of the three things that research has shown lead to divorce or cause to a breakdown in marriages is what I want to talk about. I'm talking about money in marriage. So I actually want to share with us 7 things that can actually encourage, aid, support, or enhance financial harmony in marriages. That's what this video is all about. So stay with me. Welcome again to this channel, and I say thank you to all this about money in marriage, money as a couple, and that is what today is all about. So 7 things I'm going to share with you. But if you are not yet a member of this channel, click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell button so that you get notified every time that we upload on this channel. Today, what is this topic of discuss today? It is discussing about financial harmony in marriage. Is that possible? Wow. Do you know research has it that money is one of the 3 major things that actually lead to breakdown in marriages? Why is it so? How can we solve this problem? Is it because we are all selfish? We are all self-centered? Anyway, this video is going to help us out. Number 1, there's nothing like it's yours, it is mine. That is one of the problems that we have. It has to be ours. Because if we don't support one another, if it is, oh, it has to be mine, oh, this is mine, this is yours. I'm not saying that we are going to lose our individuality because of money. What I am saying here is that let us learn to put ours first before his or hers. If we can learn to put ours first before his or hers, we will have a lot of things to talk about. We will have a lot of things even to do in common, especially when it has to do with money. Yes, you might manage money separately because most of the time there are different personalities in marriage. There will be one that is likely to be one that is a saver and the other one that is a spender. And I can't rule it out that there are times that you will have 2 savers or 2 spenders. What does that mean? It is about knowing you and managing you, knowing the other person, and finding a middle ground and a balance. So there's no his or hers, because what he's making decision concerning money is going to affect hers. What hers is also making a decision. The decision making she's making on money is going to affect it. So it's high time that we know that ours come before his or hers. Because most of the time, the problem we have is that his or hers come before ours. When the 2 people in marriage will learn to put ours first, his or hers afterwards, there will be harmony, especially financially. Number 2, know your money personality. You know, I mentioned it in number 1. Know your money personality. If you are the saver, know you are the saving type. Because most of the time, because we have different money personalities, that is why, if for instance I'm a spender, I just want to spend anyway. I'm not saying that that's the best, but that is who I am. I want to spend, and sometimes you need both personalities. There's no one that is better. However, when it comes to managing funds for investment and things like that, there is strength in the saver. So just know your money personality. If you are the saver, know that you are the one that is the saver. When it comes to making decisions to safeguard your asset, to safeguard your money, know that the saver has the strength to do it, and give it to the saver, regardless of who that saver is, whether it's his or hers. It does not really matter, because if you're thinking ours, it doesn't really matter who is doing what, whether it's his or hers. Just go and just give it to that person. And when it comes to spending, especially when it comes to giving out for a cause, being generous, meeting out needs, trust me, the spender might be the better person to make such a decision. So you need to always meet at the middle ground. It is not all the time that you just have to say, I'm a spender, no, I have to buy this. Maybe not. Sometimes, if maybe that spending decision, sometimes you might need to defer it. It could be that you actually do not necessarily have to spend And you can check my video on 2 words that help me even to be a smart spender, I would say, because I wouldn't say I'm not a spender. I am a spender, but there are 2 things that actually help me. I'll put the video in the description box and also possibly link it up there. Yes, know your personality. It will help with financial harmony, because most of the time we find people with different personality because you can't understand how that person thinks, or how that person, the thought process of that person that makes him or her make that decision. You criticize that person. It's because you are not in that person's shoes. You don't know how he or she had been wired. So know your personality. Identify the strengths and weaknesses in your personality. Maybe I'll do another video on this, the strengths and weaknesses in your personality, so that when your weaknesses are rearing its head, you know that you know the other person, you need the other personality to help you, and we come together to make a better team. We come together to make a better team. So number 3, as a couple, his and hers, you need to make goals. I mean, ours goals. There will be goals that are ours, OURS, and there will be goals that are his and hers. Excuse me. His goals, her goals does not override, does not take priority before our goal. Our goal is the reason why we are in marriage, or else there's no point being a couple. You became a couple because there is going to be an hour. So our goal must override. Of course, when our goal is being taken care of, his and ours does not mean it's going to suffer. But you find a way of aligning the 3, the his goal, the hers goal, and the our goal. But make financial goals as ours. You come together, you make decisions. What kind of life do we want to live? What is the type of lifestyle we want to have? Where do we want to live? Then you sit down together and make that joint decision on how to get to that point. Making use of the assets, the strength that his and hers have. You make use of the assets and the strength that his and hers have to achieve the our goal. If you don't bring the 2 together, ours suffer. And when ours suffer, that is why we have a breakdown, especially when it comes to our finances. Our suffer. So number 4, make money decisions together, especially decisions that possibly bother on the home, the children, or decision that is likely to affect the other person. Carry the other person along if making that decision would affect the other person. Even if it is not going to affect the other person, it is good to run it by the other one. And of course, the person that this decision is being run it by, don't see it as if the person that is running it by you does not have brain to think. The fact that the person is running that decision by you means he or she wants your contribution. And when it comes to those financial decisions, make it together. Sometimes you already think, oh, this is the best one. By the time you run it by the other person, and the person bring his or her perspective into that decision making, you might see that you have not considered the whole picture. You have not seen it all before you made that picture. So always make financial decisions together. And I cannot say this number 5 over too much or overemphasize it. When you are a couple, have emergency fund as a couple. I'm not saying you don't have one on your own individually, but as a couple, have emergency fund. Make a decision on having emergency fund together. And especially this, I need to tell this, especially to men out there. There's something that is called, I don't know how, there's a gland here that is called the security gland. I think for women it's more enlarged than the men, and that is why we have issues. Sometimes there are conflicts, money conflicts at home, because when that woman is not financially secured, she might be agitated, anxious, and unnecessarily be stressed unnecessarily. But when you can actually feel the vessel of security, I'm not saying you should be wealthy, but when she can see that you're conscious of it as a man, come together, have an emergency fund. What is emergency fund? Emergency fund is ideally your living expenses for between 3 to 6 months. Work towards it together, that it is going, the two of you, you will have that, and it's going to be untouched. Don't breach the trust that you have for one another. The fact that you can access that account does not mean that you should go and access it behind or without the full consent and agreement of the other person. Because that's one of those things. They appear small, but they cause huge conflict between a man and a woman. Please don't breach the trust. Build an emergency fund together and have it somewhere secured. It will give you peace in that harmony, it will give you peace in that marriage. And number 6, not in a particular order, as a couple, prepare budget. If a couple can actually come together, start this budget preparation process and stick with it, and if you can do it for 6 months, trust me, it will take so much to come between both of you, because it is a very challenging process. But if you can actually do it, it is amazing. The outcome is amazing. It is not, having the budget together does not mean, especially if you are the one that is anymore, it does not mean that somebody is trying to control you. Absolutely not. Yes, budget is a control tool. It is controlling your spending, and it is also giving every penny you are bringing together. You are sending it on an errand, that this is what you don't just spend money as it comes, or when something you just spend. No, you plan for it, and the way you can plan for it is having a budget. And if anything is going to be outside that budget that is significant, you need to have a discussion. You need to talk about it together. And last but definitely not the least, both of you as a couple, plan retirement together. I do not really care whether you got married at 19, 20, 25. If you can plan retirement together, when we retire, this is where we are going to be. When we retire, these are the things we are going to be doing. When we retire, this is the cost of living that we are likely to, to bear. Or when you plan to have that money. When we retire, this is the legacy we want to give our grandchildren or our children. And you plan towards it, especially as it relates to finances. As you work on these 7 things, there is no way that you will not have financial harmony. These 7 steps would help any couple. You can take it to the bank, that when it comes to finances, you can work on these 7 steps. You will be smiling all the time. Easy? I'm not saying it is, but it is a process that helps couples to come together. Money brings couple apart, but if you know how to work it, and if you can use these 7 steps, money can bring you together, and you will enjoy financial harmony. I hope these 7 tips have been useful, beneficial. Have you learned 1 or 2 things? Please let me know, out of the 7, which one that you agree with most, and which one do you think is going to be most challenging out of these 7 tips that I've shared. Let me know your comment in the comment section, and I will see you definitely next time on this channel. And my name is still at TinuTalks, and continue to do this as a couple. And if you know any couple that you think this can be beneficial to, please share this video with them. But if you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe before you share this video. And if you actually like this video, don't forget to thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. My name is still TinuTalks. Bye, and see you.